All right, we'll take questions for Coach McGriff. Raise your hand, we'll bring the microphone to you. Or who wants to go first?
I'll let address Coach.
Coach, the linebacker position, pretty inexperienced there. Just kind of comment on that position going into the first game of the season, what you've seen from those guys and what you're expecting from them on Saturday.
I'll tell you what, I'm actually excited. I'm excited to see these two linebackers we're going to start out with. I'm excited to see them get the defense lined up, excited to see them play fast and go out and make some plays. So here's the key. We got to make sure we keep the menu small for them to allow them to line up and play fast and play with some confidence. And you know, a lot of times you think, well, a guy doesn't have a lot of experience. Well, sometimes a player may know too much. You know, so I'm excited to see these guys get out there for the first time and get their cleats in the grass and get going. And we'll give them a simple menu so they'll be able to attack the offense.
What's separated Momo and Cavante besides making plays? I mean, why are they the guys now?
Well, you know, you got a lot of different variables. When you look at Momo, I mean, this guy's got a strong football IQ. I mean, you know, he very seldom off few middle mistakes. He get lined up. He's really done a tremendous job this offseason to change his body. His focus is a lot better. And, you know, right now he's going to be in the right spot more often than not. He'll get us lined up. And his awareness is so great that he can process on the run. And tremendous problem solver. And, you know, he's got the size, you know, to get in there and anchor. Now he just got to, you know, continue to improve his play strength. But his knowledge of the game, the way he's matured, has really been surprising. And so we're excited about him. And when you look at a guy like Cavante Ruggs, you know, true freshman, got excellent length for the position. I don't think this kid gets tired. He runs all day. And he is just a natural football player. Plays with tremendous being. He'll make some freshman mistakes, and we got to live with it. You know, it may cause my hair to come out a little bit, but he'll make more plays than he give up. So I'm looking forward to getting those two guys out there. And the biggest asset for Cavante Ruggs is having Momo next to him because he can help him get lined up. So there's always some give and take, but I'm excited about those two guys walking on the field to start us out, provided they practice well this week.
I don't think it's any doubt that you're probably going to lock up, do a lot of, you know, man coverage. I got a couple guys 6'5", 6'6". Will you lock them up regardless of what side of the field, or are you going to keep your corners on each side?
They're going to get the whole menu. They're going to get locked up, let them run free a little bit, then we'll lock them up. But we're not going to go in and be stuck to one coverage. The unique thing about playing the first game is you got to get a handle at the first couple of series, what's their personality, who they want to feature. We know for certain we got to have an answer with Basher. Most experienced guy, tremendous man, can run. Kid runs better than advertised, and they'll feature him in the throw game. You know, so you will pay attention to him where he's lined up and his splits and what they're trying to do to him. But we're going with multiple coverages, and we'll give the secondary guys some technique changes, you know, so we can take away what they do best, you know, after we get in the game a couple of series. But you're exactly right. We'll play some man, we'll play some vision zone, mix it up because we want to get our hands and eyes on the football.
I want to bring it back to linebacker real quick. You just mentioned, and Momo was saying that he feels really confident being able to guide Ruggs. What have you seen on the field that makes you confident that he will be able to do that?
Communication. Communication. We've talked all summer that, you know, a great defense is a noisy defense. And Momo is not short of talking. Now, sometimes I have to slow him down, you know, which is a good quality, but he's not shy to communicate. And one of the biggest things is that when a guy can communicate, and especially knowing his job, and communicate well enough to get a teammate lined up, I mean, that's good to see from a coaching standpoint. And Momo has done that. And we just want to make sure that we give him confidence and carry it over to game time.
You've been going back and forth all fall camp, it seems like, between Custis and Dasher and Ordway and Miles Hartsfield at Star. Who's kind of surfaced there going into the opener?
Well, two guys for certain that's going to get time there is going to be Vernon Dasher and Montreal Custis. Man, they've done a tremendous job. Two different players. You know, Vernon's a bigger guy. He's got good run ability. Whereas you look at Custis, a better cover guy. and he got tremendous visibility. So we anticipate playing a lot of snaps. So you see both of them take the grass and play that spot. And so we'll go with those two guys first, Chuck, and see where the chips fall. But I'm really, really pleased with both their progress in training camp, and both of them presented themselves as individuals that help us win football games. So they'll be out there, come Saturday at the start position.
What's your confidence level in your backup safeties, Miller and White?
I tell you, you look at C.J. Miller, he's probably the most improved guy in the secondary. And it's funny you asked that question because I was looking at yesterday's practice, and man, you see him playing with a little bit of a swagger. You see him making calls now, whereas last year, he was looking around for somebody to give him the call. But Miller has done a tremendous job. His confidence improved, his communication improved, and you always see that in year two. In year two, for an example, we made a mistake in the blitz yesterday, and all the coaches had to do was say reload, and the players went, got it. And I still said to myself, it's year two. As you look at a guy like CJ's development, it's been phenomenal. So he'll give us some quality backup behind the two starters, but you'll see him in the game early. We have to have 22 starters because you're going to play a lot of snaps, and by way of organization, we have to say ones and twos. But Chuck will have a lot of guys in the twos, if you will, that have the potential to be a one.
Any more questions for Coach? Anything up top?
Coach,
No, you guys got it.
when you're not sure who the opponent's quarterback is going to be, do you game plan more for the guy you think it might be, or all equally?
Great question. We studied all three. Even went back and looked at the freshman kids' high school video. But all the press clippings suggest that McLean Carter will be the starter. But we don't know how long he's going to stay in the game. Don't know if he's really going to be the starter. He's a lefty, and we know Duffy can run the ball. He's more athletic. So we're preparing for all three. We certainly are.
Go ahead.
Coach when you say Texas Tech's offense, what is it, just their air raid, and how being able to stop that this week?
Well, I'll tell you what the best thing about the offense we're facing game one, we've seen it all spring, seen it all summer, and all training camp. It's kind of a carbon copy of what Coach Longo runs. Of course, each coach has their own personality, tweak them a little bit. And the best thing I like about this opponent we're playing, we play this off against this offense every day. And we play against some dynamic receivers here at Ole Miss. So our guys are not going to freak out in terms of the space they're going to try to create. This is going to be a space game. They're going to try to get us into space, see who can run and make tackles, and at the same time, see who the guy that's going to miss tackles. So it's not going to be an element of surprise for the defense to see them spread us out, to get in bunches, get in stacks, and run the RPOs, because our offense does it better than anybody in the country. We've seen it over and over again. So I think that's really helped us get game ready.
Wesley, do you expect Texas Tech to kind of force the issue with the run, given the troubles y'all had last year there?
Well, you look at all the press clippings, and I think they will come in and try to run the football. I think one of their MOs is going to be to spread the ball, see how we line up, and try to run the ball. But keep in mind, I think that quick screens will also be runs for them. But in every contest, you look at a spread offense, a really good spread offense will end the game with a 100-yard rusher. So we certainly got to pay attention to the run. Our report card's not good in that area. And this football team know now that they have to run the football because they're inexperienced at receiver. Have some really good ones. We have to cover them. But I think the more experience is on the interior line and at running back. So we're looking forward to them coming in with a run game.
What's allowed Jaquez Jones to kind of elevate during camp?
When you look at Jaquez, we're blessed to have a freshman that has that kind of size and that kind of play speed. And he's been kind of up and down, but more up and down. And you expect that, from a freshman, but just his attention to detail, his play speed, his ability to be focused, as a true freshman, has really garnered our attention. And he's just productive. And in this game, you have to pay attention to those guys that's productive. And he's been that.
Sorry, you got Austrian as a starter going into this game. What did he do in camp to kind of separate himself and put him in that position?
Well, I tell you what, Austrian really kind of picked off from last year. We always tease him about, he doesn't have the greatest build in the world, but man, he's productive. He's really consistent. He brings some physicality with him. He's got good size, and he offers a lot of flexibility. So you'll see him play outside, see him go inside, and another guy with a strong football IQ. You know, he doesn't make many mental mistakes. He may offer a couple of execution errors, but he can play anywhere on the interior line and be solid, sound, and productive. So that's where he's really separated himself from. And it's good to see he picked up from where he left off last year.
Are any more questions for Coach McGriff?
Just,
Go ahead.
I don't know if he came in shape or not, but he looks pretty good by now. Kind of working with the shape. He picked up on what you wanted to do.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, for him to come in and report late, man, he came in really good shape. We were really surprised, you know, at his ability, his endurance. And so he's done a tremendous job. And we're fortunate to have him because he give us not just depth, he give us some quality depth. So, you know, look for that young man to come out and not just play early, but look for him to be productive. And there's not many Americans playing football with his size. And he can certainly run. And so we're blessed to have him. He got some experience because he's not just a junior college kid, but he'll give us a shot in the arm on the interior line. He's another guy we referred to earlier as he may be listed as a 2, but he has the talent and potential to be a 1. It's just a numbers deal, so you'll see him early.
Or anything else? Or we'll have Coach Long go in just a moment.
All right. Thank you, guys.